Hi, everybody. How are you? My name is Brandon Pozo. These days, I'm an assistant professor of medicine and health policy at Brown, where the biggest danger I face is running out of federal funding, which, as you know, is a clear and present danger. But I wasn't always a researcher. I was a New York City police officer for 19 years, spent 4 years as the chief of police of Burlington, Vermont. Back in those days, I used to get calls from state police and federal investigators. I think that's static. Sorry, let me... I used to get calls from state police. I used to get calls from state police and federal investigators saying, the man that you put behind bars, the man that you arrested is getting out of jail. He's the one who threatened to kill you. What do you want us to do about this? I said, thank you for the note. I'll continue my business. When I sold my house, where I lived was on social media, including how much I sold it for. People who it was just antithetical to the nature of American policing. This is not for no reason. The mask is an archetype of the villain, of the terrorist, of the kidnapper, and of the shadowy and unaccountable government agent, right? And here we are. Masks give crooks license to impersonate government agents, saying that they're government agents, and make it harder for the police to arrest them. There's also just a simple fear that masks invoke. When you see a bunch of masked agents coming towards you that you can't identify, my instinct would be to be ready to fight, right? And one day someone is going to fight them, and no one's going to say, hey, they were acting normally like a person with a survival instinct. The political machine will just blame the person, resisting the person, attacking them with the mask. I think a lot of the threats that come from masking are evolutionary in origin. There's another problem. ICE expects, if not demands, cooperation with local police, but conducting operations wearing masks alongside local police erodes the legitimacy of those police, right? Americans don't like masks. Chief of police don't like masks. The International Association of Chiefs of Police just a few weeks ago, came out with a declaration that American law enforcement, American police officers should not conduct their operations wearing masks. That was a hard needle for the IACP to thread. I think it took a bit of moral courage in an environment where the federal government demands obedience. But their logic was one I think that a lot of police and people who work around police can embrace in this time, which is that one of the reasons why police work is righteous and courageous is because it is done transparently and in a forthright way. I wasn't necessarily going to say it, but now I'm in the mood and I'll say it. There's a famous biblical quote, the wicked flee when none pursue, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. And I never felt that me or my officers had to wear masks when we did our work, because I truly felt at the deepest moral levels we had nothing to hide. And one of the things I worry about is that in response to the IACP saying don't wear masks, in response to the New York Times writing a piece, to me writing a piece in The Atlantic, to Americans saying they don't like it, the federal government has said pound sand, we're going to continue to wear masks. So what we have are masked federal agents literally saying that they rest beyond accountability. That's the entire problem.